Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here, and if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe because I'm going to be bringing you guys YouTube videos every single weekend. That's my goal, one of my goals. I want to be bringing you guys YouTube videos, tutorials, how-tos, how I do my makeup and apply eyelashes, whatever the case may be. I have a lot of things lined up for 2018, so don't miss out. Subscribe and so you can get updates whenever I upload. And today I have a highlighter video for you. Basically, I'm not wearing highlighter right now because I plan on showing you how I apply some of them, showing you what works for me, and just the highlighters that I've been using throughout the years that I've fallen in love with makeup. I'm just going to go through the highlights that I've been using the past few years and show you how I apply them. Some of these work better when you apply them wet, and I'm going to show you how exactly I do that because I know a lot of people apply get their brush wet and then dip it into their highlighter, or dip their highlighter and then get their brush wet, and that's not how I prefer to do it. I'm just going to show you a few tips and tricks that I use to apply my highlighter to make it look booming or popping. And some of these are subtle highlighters that I apply when I just want an overall glow, and some of these are just when I want that poppin' highlighter. Everybody gonna see it. It's just beautiful and blinding. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get started into the video because that's my favorite topic. Let's start. How about we start with palettes? I love anything in a palette form because you basically get the most bang for your buck. Like, let's see. Let's start with the Becca for Jaclyn Hill collaboration. I think this was like 30 something bucks. I got two blushes, a blush topper, and two of her highlights. This one is her baby, her first collaboration, and this is Champagne Pop. This is her second baby, which is Prosecco Pop, which is a beautiful yellow gold highlighter. This is more of a peachy gold highlighter. This is Champagne Pop. She's more of the peachy highlight, and this is Prosecco Pop, which pulls more of that yellow gold highlight, which both beautiful. Both you can have really subtle hints of them, or you can build them up to be so gorgeous. Actually, I am going to apply, you can apply these dry or wet, either way they're gonna look beautiful. My favorite are like the floofy fan brushes. You can tell they have a lot of bristles, but they kind of remind me of like duo fiber brushes without being duo fiber, just that they're floofy. They're not thick and dense. This is a Morphe highlight. These are all Morphe highlighting brushes, but this one isn't my favorite. It's too close where I don't want to, when I apply it, I don't want it to leave like that one stripe of highlight. I like to disperse my highlight all over my cheek. I try not to drag it down too much into the blush and bronzer, but sometimes it does, and that's okay with me. But what I know I don't want is that one stripe of highlight where you'd be like, girl, what was you doing? Yeah, I don't like that. I like it to be sort of evenly dispersed around my cheek. I don't mind if it gets a lot of places, but I don't really prefer a precise highlight. And where I highlight is everywhere. Actually, I think I'm going to use, I love both of these so much. This is the Morphe M310, and this, you can tell they're well loved. This is the Morphe M601. Is she gonna focus? There you go, the Morphe M601. These three are also really good. They don't give me that precise highlight like I like. This one, if you want a more precise but not a stripe, I would suggest this one. This one gives you more of that, just helps you cover a smaller area if you don't want it all over your cheek. And this is the Morphe M501. Love her, she's beautiful. This is the Sigma F35. This is a tapered highlighting brush. Beautiful. And this one's also the Morphe M438. I love using all of these brushes to highlight. They're beautiful. My favorite just happens to be the fan brushes, but I interchange both of them all the time. I'm gonna go ahead and use this one. You could tell she's well loved. She's used a lot. This is the Morphe M310, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get some of the Champagne Pop. And I need to do this in my, or actually you guys want to see, huh? Y'all want to see what's going on? Okay. And then I always apply it on the highest point of my cheekbone first. That's where I start, and you'll see me start going back and forth, and then I'll move it around wherever I feel like it just needs more highlighting. Okay. And I start there. I'm gently, and as I'm putting it on, I'm just gently tapping, like barely touching the bristles to my cheek, just so that I don't apply a whole spot of highlighter. I'm just barely brushing back and forth, barely touching the highest points of my cheekbone. What I've been loving also is when you smile, you can see the cheekbones from the front of your cheek. I like my highlighter to pop if I smile when you see me from the front. I take it in like a C, the C area right here, because that's usually where light hits you. I love to highlight above my brow bone and right on my forehead. I also highlight on the high point right here on my nose. I can highlight down the bridge of my nose, and I like to highlight the tip of my nose because those are where the sun naturally hits your face, and it's gonna catch, the sun hitting your highlight is gonna catch that beautiful beam. So that's where I like to highlight. I also like to highlight on my chin. Some people don't like that because they're like, oh, it looks too greasy or whatever. I don't mind looking a little too oily. Like I said, I'm dry. So if my oil seep through and it just meshes with my highlighter perfectly, I don't mind that at all. I like that look. I like to look kind of wet sometimes. I like to look a little moist. I like my highlighter to look wet. Yeah, we'll go with that. I like my highlighter to look wet, and I want you to see it when the sun hits my face, or if I just turn to the side. I just think it looks beautiful. It makes your skin look fresh, young, and dewy, and that's what I usually go for when I'm doing my makeup. And I just smile, and I tap it on the front so that, see, it just looks, it does something for me. I don't know why. Prosecco Pop is definitely more up my alley because it pulls that yellow gold, and for my skin tone, it just looks beautiful, and that's what I prefer on me. So that's those layered on top, and that's not even wet. That's just a few strokes, and I love it. Beautiful. All right, but that is the Becca for Jaclyn Hill. You guys already know. I'm not even going to put this on because I've worn this in a lot of my videos before. Most of my videos, actually, before this one. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in That Glow. This is beautiful. Again, you guys know I mix all four together all the time or use them separately. It just depends on the look I'm going for that day or how glowy I want to be. You could use these wet or dry, but you get 4 pans, so it's basically like not even $10 a highlight, especially since it's only, I think, 40 bucks, around 40. I love these. This is beautiful. You can go subtle with this, or you can build them up to a beautiful pop-in highlight. So this is definitely a favorite of mine, and I would recommend this to anyone and everyone. And I just got this, and I'm falling in love with it. It's not my first time using Bobbi Brown highlights, but I love this palette because it gave me the chance to try out 2 other ones that I thought were beautiful. My favorite highlighter, like I've already told you guys, are golden highlights that pull more yellow, just because I feel like it's more flattering on my skin tone. But it also gave me and I love peachy. I also love peachy highlights. I've also been trying to try pinks. This pink, when I first saw it, scared me. I was like, whoa, that's really pink. I don't know if that'll be flattering on my skin tone or not. I actually don't mind it. Nectar Glow is the very first one. The one in the middle is Pink Gold Glow. It looks really pink, but when you put it on your skin, it doesn't pull that pink. This one is the one that I fell in love with, Bronze Glow. When I have a tan, oh my God, this is just what my skin is calling for. It's beautiful. They all go on very subtly, but like I said, you can build these up to a popping glow. And I love these because they sit so smooth on the skin. This is the smoothest highlighter that I own. It does not accentuate pores. It does not make your skin, it's not thick glitter in it. It's micro glitter. It doesn't even look like glitter. It's smooth but blinding at the same time. So these are beautiful. These I would also recommend to everyone, especially if you love that smooth skin-like finish with the glow. amazing. I'm slowly falling in love with Nectar Glow because, as you guys know, I'm a lot more fair right now because it is winter where I'm at. So this on my skin just makes you look flawless and blinding. These two that are in palette form I would consider like drugstore highlights. This one, the first one I'm going to talk about, is by Sleek Makeup. This is called their Precious Metals Highlighting Palette. They have Platinum, Royal Gold, Renaissance Gold, and Antique Bronze. This one, sorry guys, once again, she's well loved. I don't want to blind you guys. She's well loved. This one is my favorite. This is the only powder highlight in this palette. I think this one is the Antique Bronze. That is the only one that I really use. Right there. That's it. And that's what it looks like on your skin. Like, it looks really gold and bronzy, but it's just so smooth and it almost adapts to your skin. Like, you would think it would be a lot darker on my skin, but look at it. It just gives that beautiful bronze sheen, which is my favorite. I love the yellow gold, but a bronze, especially when you're tan. That's why I'm not really into the bronze ones right now, because I'm not as tan as I would love to be. When I am tan, a bronze highlighter just makes me look like J-Lo. And who doesn't want to look like that bitch? She is popping. This next one is by ColourPop, and it is a palette. It's like a little duo. There's a blush and a highlighter. This blush I saw and I was like, oh my god, that's like a beautiful Nectar. I thought it was gorgeous, so I was like, I would not mind having that blush. And it came with a highlighter, which is absolutely beautiful. Let me go ahead and swatch it for you. It's like a peachy gold. That's it right there. I loved it, fell in love. Once again, it pulls that yellow gold and it's kind of peachy. It called my name, so I was like, yes, I have to have it. This one, once again, also very smooth, very gorgeous, affordable. I think this palette was, it was on ColourPop, so it is not expensive. The next one that I have, okay, this one was expensive, but you will not regret the buy. This one is by Dior. I love the packaging. Obviously, you're going to pay for the name and packaging. This is the Dior Skin Nude Air Luminizer in the shade 001. They just came out with more shades, with like more of a golden toned one and like a deeper bronze, and I was like, damn it, I should have waited to get those. But I saw this and I was like, done. So I'll put it in my bag. Let's go. Yeah. So this is her. She's like a peachy pink highlighter shade. She's beautiful. I love it. I can't get enough. Let me swatch her for you so you can get the real deal and the full effect. This highlighter would go hand in hand with the Bobbi Brown highlighters when I said that it was so smooth and definitely did not accentuate pores. Made it look like skin, but just beautiful glowing skin. You can build this up too. If you wet it, whoo! But even without it being wet, one swipe, you're gonna be like, oh my god, that's why it's so expensive. But that is what it looks like. It's beautiful. I definitely that was a heavy swatch. But you can definitely shear it out and make it look not as heavy, or you can pour this stuff on your face and it just looks gorgeous. And this, I think, is the lightest or is the second to lightest one. I think this is the lightest one that they have. They have a more golden one and a more bronzy one, which, oh my god, I gotta get my hands on. And these things are expensive. I think they're like 60, 70 bucks. So I don't know. We'll see. But I love the formula on this. I don't know. Should I name a favorite after this? Should I just grab one and say this is my all-time favorite? Go to down in the dirty, down in the dumps, nitty gritty with me, ride or die, Bonnie and Clyde. This is my girl. Should I? I don't know. I'm scared. I don't know if I can do that. That's quite a commitment. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, here's another one. I would say she's expensive. I think this one was like 40, 50 bucks. This is but I love the packaging. I was like, ooh, girl, this looks like a spaceship. Take me there. This is the Estee. Who the fuck is Estee? This is the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess Illuminating Powder in 01 Heat Wave. This is what she looks like. She's a gold. This has glitter. You're gonna have glitter on your face if you put this on. Let me see. Oh, yeah. You're gonna see her sitting on your face. I don't have a problem with it accentuating my pores because pores for me is not as much of a problem area as other things are for me. But But if you have texture on your skin, this is going to emphasize it. It is a beautiful highlighter though. I would not count it out. If you're having a great skin day, I would recommend it. It is a popping highlight. If you want people to see you, you want to wear this. It's going to give you that Instagram pop-in picture highlight if that's what you're going for. You can definitely see more of my texture. And don't get me wrong, anytime you have texture on your face and you apply highlighter over top, the highlighter is going to accentuate your texture. So when you are looking for a highlighter, if you have those issues with texture and pores and things like that, you want to go for something that has a more smoother formula so that it doesn't look as bad. I'm not having a bad texture day, but you can still see it. If you can see it in there, but you can still see it. So if you do have those issues with texture, I would suggest the Bobbi brown highlighters. They're so smooth. What was the other smooth? The Dior highlighter. Yes, these are more expensive, but if that's an issue that you do not want to worry about when you're applying your highlight, I would definitely go more towards these two highlighters. They're pricey, but they will help you out with those areas if you have issues. All right, the last sort of pricey highlighter I would say is my Oh Darling Extra Dimension Skin Finish by MAC. This I would say is a more dry formula. And what I mean by that is when you apply this to your face, it's not going to give you as much of the booming highlighting payoff as the others that I have applied to my face. How I like to apply this is I get any finishing spray or Fix Plus, whatever you use. I'm just using the Mario Badescu one lately. I wet my entire face after I set it, and then I let it dry. And as soon as it's on the edge of drying, but you can see it, you still have that glow and moisture on your face, I go ahead and take my fan brush, I dip it in here, and then I put it on. This is a popping highlight. It's a little more chalkier if I put it on straight onto my face without using it wet or things like that. I know some people like to wet their brush and stuff, and I'm not really a fan of that. I don't like to wet my brush. I like to wet my face and let it set and then dip my brush into the highlighter and apply it. That's just what I prefer to do. Actually, I have one more from MAC. This one is the Global Glow Mineralized Skin Finish, and this is not necessarily a highlight, but I like to use it as a highlight, especially when I'm more tan. Right now, if I use it, I have to use it with a very light hand because it'll give me that dark stripe when you're looking straight forward at me, and that's what I don't want. I don't like when you're looking at me, you can see a dark stripe of highlight, and that's what this will do because I'm too fair. I like to do when I'm a little more tan is I like to, after I set my whole face, I put this over my face, and you see it just gives you that glisten, like that beautiful soft lit from within glow, and I love that. Sometimes I want to glow like JLo, sometimes I want to look like I'm lit from within, and I'm just drinking my water, eating my vegetables, you know what I mean? These are some of my favorite highlighters, favorite formulas. They're beautiful. They are very pigmented. You have to be very careful when you're applying these to build them up, especially if you're not used to highlighter, because if you just throw it on, it's very pigmented, and you will be scared of highlighter and probably be like, okay, maybe this isn't for me. My OFRA highlighters. I love these. These are gorgeous. The first one that I ever got was the You Do You highlighter. Let me show you. It pulls peachy gold, and let's show you. This was really beautiful. Ah! Look at her. She pulls peachy gold. You see it. My next OFRA highlight is the highlighter in Rodeo Drive. This has been talked about a lot. You can tell she's well loved. She definitely pulls that yellow gold that I am in love with. She's more of the lighter one, and this would be really good for fair skin tones. I love it. It's a lot lighter than the one that I showed you prior, than the Champagne Pop and the You Do You OFRA one, but this would be beautiful for lighter skin tones. This last OFRA highlight is probably one of my favorites. This is the OFRA highlight in collaboration with ColourPop. This is her Everglow highlighter. I love this highlighter. When I am very tan, I can swirl my entire brush in there and get a beautiful highlighter. And I love this because I can customize my highlighter. If I'm fair, really fair like I am right now, I'll just swipe my brush within the little gold and white section and go back and forth, and I can adjust my highlight to my skin tone. Really tan, and I just want it to be popping too. I can do the gold and go into more of the bronzier orange tone. Beautiful. There's also something in here for every skin tone. This would be beautiful on deeper skin tones. This is great for medium skin tones. And you can just customize it. This is really good highlighter for fair skin tones. I can never wear this by itself. It's just too fair for me. But they're all so beautiful. They're popping highlights, and I just love that there's something for each skin tone. I love that she did that. It made, once I saw this and when it came out, I was like, I have to get it. But yeah, these are beautiful. That's like the deeper one, the middle gold champagne one, and this is the really fair icy white one. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And there's a color for everyone, which I'm in love with. And the deeper one, when I can't use it, mix it in with the champagne and use it as a highlight. I've used it as an eyeshadow. You can use these dry or wet. They are beautiful and popping, and they will take your highlight to the next level. OFRA highlighters are, girl, for the price, girl, you cannot beat it. Beautiful, poppin'. Remember whose channel? Oh, Kathleen Light. She turned me on to this. This is the Essence Pure Nude highlighter. This is a very subtle highlight. This is a highlight for very fair girls or boys. This also, what I like to use this for is if I want that lit from within glow, what I would do is set my entire face and then pop this all over my face, or just the areas that I want that very subtle highlight. This is an extremely subtle highlight unless you're really fair. But I love this. I think that this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous to have that lit from within glow and put all over your face. It won't go crazy, but as you can see, it's just, look at that. It gives you that soft, subtle glow. Okay, these last two are like my babes. And one, actually, I haven't even opened. I just got it too because they're always sold out. These are the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powders. I just bought Golden Flower Crown. This pulls a more gold, that yellow gold that I was telling you I love. I just bought this because they're always sold out. I can never find it. This is the one I've been using lately. It's the Precious Petals. It's more of that peachy pink highlighter. Beautiful. These, I don't know how Wet n Wild did it, honestly. I have Golden Flower Crown too, but that one's a really rose gold, and I have to be really tan to wear that. This is which one's this one? Precious Petals. You guys just have to see how smooth. These compare to like the Bobbi Brown highlighters. Like, I would recommend this to you guys, those of you with texture, because just look how smooth that is. And you guys, don't get this messed up. It looks subtle right here because this is the pinky peachy one. These are poppin' highlights. Like, these are $3 or $4 at the drugstore, and they compare to the Bobbi Brown highlights. They're so smooth. They're so smooth. Like, it blows my mind. I don't know how they're charging us high-end prices when you can go to the drugstore and get this and it compares to the Bobbi Brown highlighters. Like, crazy. You're crazy. You got me messed up. Like, I might as well go to the drugstore. I'm starting to love the drugstore since I've been checking out their new stuff. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do like a drugstore. I'm going to do a drugstore haul, and just pick up some bomb stuff from the drugstore and do that. So I'm going to definitely do that soon. But anywho, this is the last highlighter. This has to come to a close. I actually want to put this one on for you guys because I love her. I used her more towards the end of 2017. This is the Maybelline Master Chrome Face Studio in the shade Molten Gold. Everyone's talked about this, I'm sure. Since like the end of last year, they came out with more shades. There's a rose gold and like a pinkier one for really fair skin. But this was the first one they came out with. It's called 100 Molten Gold. And I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to put this on my face and show you guys. This is like the really golden color. This is just so beautiful. I love it. There she is. She pulls that yellow gold that I love. I'm gonna put her on. This one is beautiful. I love her. She was like my love child all last year as soon as she came out. I loved her. She's my babes. Oh yes, I love highlighter. It is like, it's satisfying to me. And I love putting, see, I go in with a heavy hand. I just go in. That's just me with highlighter. I do, and I know when I do. But look at that. Look how wet she looks. See, that's the Becca one, both of her highlights, and I put the Estee Lauder Heat Wave on top, glowing. Look at that, from the drugstore. From the drugstore. Only a few swipes. From the drugstore. And you know what? I'm going to put the Wet n Wild one on top too, so you can just see how they perform. They are good. Look at that. Wet n Wild. Wet. Definitely wet. They just are, they perform so well. It blows my mind how the drugstore can get it right like that. And these high-end ones just, they get it right just at a higher price point. I love it. But yeah, these are my favorite. I love these from the drugstore. I would highly recommend these. The Wet n Wild ones, if you can't afford like the higher end ones, you don't even really need to get those. You can all just stop by your drugstore. The Maybelline Master Chrome, they've come out with 2 different shades, so they have 3 other shades. They have 3 total shades of highlight. Bomb formula. Wet n Wild has had these for over a year now. They've extended their shade range. They have, I think they came out with more. Crown of My Canopy would be beautiful on deeper skin tones. Precious Petals this is Precious Petals, would be beautiful on lighter skin tones, even medium skin tones. I use this one. And this new one I'll try out soon. It's called Golden Flower Crown. It pulls more yellow. That's beautiful for medium skin tones. It just depends on what you prefer. I love all of these highlighters. These are like the highlighters that I use all the time, no matter what. They're just, I'm constantly moving them in and out in heavy rotation with all of my other products that I use. So these are just things that I would recommend for everyone. And there was something in here for everyone, whether it was drugstore if you're on a budget, if you have texture and you want something smooth, if you like to use them wet or dry. It just really depends on what you want or what you prefer. I don't know if I can pick one. Like, I don't know. If I did, I'd probably pick a palette just because it has more than one. I never use just one highlighter every day. So that's really hard. I don't know. Maybe I should do my next video, just one of each product that like is just, it hits me there. This is my shit. So maybe I could do that. That's a difficult one though. That's a really difficult one. I don't know. But anywho, this was my highlighter video. I guess it's like my favorite highlighters. It's probably one of my favorite steps in my makeup routine that I love and I've fallen in love with over the past few years. And I hope that this video was helpful to some of you guys. I hope that you learned a few tips and tricks that I use and that I do when I put on my highlighter. And I hope that they help you in finding the right highlighter for you. If you guys have any questions, don't be afraid to sound off below. Let me know if you guys want to see any videos, like things that I come up with. I mean, it's easy for me to come up with ideas, but I also want to put out content that you guys want to see, or tips and tricks that you guys would like to just see, or how I do things, or whatever the case may be. Like, I think one of my friends had told me, she was like, you wet your beauty blender? And I was like, yeah, girl, I wet my beauty blender. She was like, I never knew you were supposed to use it wet. I was like, well, you don't have to. I was like, but it gives me the finish on my foundation that I love. And I was like, girl, I thought everybody knew that. It's 2018, but I guess not everyone knows. And I don't think I even talk about it on my channel. I don't ever say like my beauty blender is wet. I don't know, but yeah, just let me know if you guys have any questions or comments or anything, or let me know how I'm doing. But yeah, until next time, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for stopping by. And if you like my channel, go ahead and subscribe so that you can be updated whenever I upload videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.